She looks great. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming. Come on. Leaving animals is not easy at all. When you leave them for a long time, it is so much stress. I cannot really put that into words. We are back. We are finally back from our European adventure. We went to the UK, we went to Corsica, we went to France. And if you guys missed those videos, just head on over to the travel videos playlist and you can watch them all. It is worth it. Here we are, back at GST, back to the grind. And well, what makes matters worse, we are in an unbelievably severe drought. So I gotta feed everybody, we gotta check on everybody, and we gotta figure out how to hydrate everybody because nature is not cooperating. So I'm feeding out some curly endive right now. We get 2 produce deliveries a week, which is nice and it helps us out. And this stuff helps to hydrate the tortoises. Now, right now we're in some of our really arid dwelling species. These are the golden Greeks, correctly known as the Mesopotamian tortoise. They're a species of Spurthai or Greek tortoise. And these guys come from very arid environments in places like Syria and Jordan. But they do need to drink. And right now, there's something in the air. It's been like this for 2 days where we feel like something's going to happen. But I'm serious when I say this. Thunderstorms, any kind of rain has literally been dodging us. We've witnessed rain hit just one town up from here and completely miss us, and everything is bone dry. Species like this definitely don't hate it, but they still need to be hydrated, and feeding them stuff like this does help to get some water intake into them. So one of the main things that I've been looking forward to doing since we've returned is really checking out our alligator snapping turtles, Chief Brody and his girlfriend Ellen. Well, in the last couple of days, we did notice some issues. Ellen is actually gravid, meaning she was carrying eggs, but she's a first-time mother, or soon-to-be mother, or was-to-be mother, and she's actually dumping the eggs in the water. So I've been collecting them, putting them in the incubator, seeing what's going on. None of them appear to be fertile. That's all normal for first-time moms or first-time nesters, and we actually did catch her on camera at night with one of our systems where she was coming around and pushing around the different areas. Normally that would be suitable for an alligator snapping turtle to nest, maybe next year or the year after that she'll really get with the program. But what I really want to do is just pull them out for a little bit and take a good close look, because these are fully aquatic turtles that you really can't assess much with when you're looking at them from standing above them. Probably gonna get wet, maybe embarrass myself a little bit. She's just dropping these. See? This is what I was talking about. This is an egg that Ellen dropped in the water. It's already got some algae on it. That's no good. It's waterlogged, but it may have not even been fertile in the first place. Here's some more. Here's some more eggs. And see that? That's over-calcified and it's also misshapen. Another common thing with first-time nesters. See that? That's all calcium, hardened calcium on the egg there. Snapping turtle eggs are actually leathery shelled. Yeah, I could squeeze that. I'm only doing that because I know these eggs are no good. They're not hard shelled like some species of turtle and most species of tortoise. Let's get Ellen. I know, Mama. I know. Wow. Okay, I know. You do look good, though. So, she looks great. Very strong, very heavy. She has been eating. So I really think that this is just a case of her being a first timer. I did talk to my good buddy, Greg Brashear over at Greg's Turtle Haven. Make sure you give him a follow. He's the expert when it comes to the alligator snapping turtles, and it is their natural nesting season, both in captive management and in nature. So it's not surprising that she was carrying eggs, but it just appears that they're not good. She's not really familiar with things here. Remember, we only just got Ellen a few months back. So maybe next year we'll have better luck. We'll continue to keep an eye on her because we want to make sure that she does dump the eggs. We don't want her to hold them because then she can become egg bound. So we may do an x-ray at some point just to be sure that she is free of them. But I am happy with what I'm seeing. You are so awesome. And let me tell you, when you put this turtle out on land, she literally will chase you down. No joke. All right, Ellen. You look great, sweetie. Yeah, look at you underneath here. I don't see problems. Couple leeches, not a big deal. It's normal. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. Now it's time for the chief. So this is not gonna be fun. He's wedged underneath this big piece of driftwood. It's like a favorite spot for both snappers. Ellen just happened to be downstream. He is not. Come on, Brody. Come on. Okay. Here he is. I know. You're mad. Oh, God. All right, how are we looking? How are we looking here? It's looking pretty good. Very strong. Very strong. All right. So, Brody is good. He is strong. He and Ellen have been getting along very well. Man alive. And I think he could use a good meal. So Brody's past, if you guys have followed him all this time, he came to us very emaciated and his head was really sunken in. He had like no head muscles. Oh, God. So I'm just making sure that he is retaining that weight, holding that weight, if not putting weight on, that he's strong and that he's gaping his mouth. A lot of people ask why they do this. They gape their mouths because it's a defense mechanism. Now, while they cannot reach backwards or sideways like a common snapper can because they have much shorter necks, their talent is being able to crush bones. So that's what they do. They gape that mouth because if something gets within biting range, they clamp down on it and that's it. It's lights out. So he's just doing what you want to see an alligator snapper do. I'm happy with what I see. He is strong, he is bold, and we're gonna get a nice meal of some clams and fish in him probably tonight. He does prefer to hunt at night, which is another common trait of this species. So I think I can let him go now. He looks good. All right, Brody. Carry on, buddy. Ooh. That was a nice little cool off for me. I'm covered in sweat, but we still have more to do. Radiated tortoises are a whole lot of fun, especially when you give them a shower. So with all this lack of rain happening here, it's so good to just come out here and give these animals the proper hydration. Just because they come from areas with little rainfall does not mean that they don't require water in their lives. And this is one way to do it, and it's a lot of fun. Radiated tortoises, they will stand up, lift their bodies completely off the ground, and then drink profusely from the puddles that create from this. And one of the reasons why we put their pen here is because this area will naturally flood when we get a heavy rain. And these tortoises, along with the Burmese stars, and of course Mickey, our giant aldabra, love to come down into this low area and give themselves a long, well-deserved soak. you go, guys. All right, so I'm gonna leave this hose running here so that this area does fill up for them, because once again, it looks like there is no rain in the immediate forecast, and actually even the extended forecast. And the other reason why I wanna do this is because we're actually losing plants. Literally, I have to replace so many plants in all the different tortoise pens right now because there's just been no way to keep them alive. So here you guys go. There's your hose, enjoy that. Now, we have to go give water to some box turtles, and that's really crucial. So these pens right here that look so barren to you guys are usually very lush, choked out with plenty of vegetation, and all the pools here are usually full of water. But it's been so hard to keep up with all of this because of this drought. There's just been no rain. And when it comes to box turtles, like the Mexican species of box turtles, well, they really need moisture. Now, Mexican box turtles and Yucatan box turtles, which are right here next door, do go through a dry season, but it's not during the summer. They're used to a lot of torrential downpours and high humidity right now. And we are getting the humidity, we're just not getting the rain. So I'm gonna turn on the sprinkler and let them be box turtles. Turtles and tortoises are resilient. We all know that. This has been something that has been taught to us through the actions of the animals over many, many years of them being in captive management and also working with them in the field. So they can deal with droughts and they can deal with overly wet conditions, but they have to be able to find other microclimates to get to in order to be able to deal with that. That's actually what we saw in France with the wild Hermann's tortoises. They were leaving the dry hillsides and going down to the river where they can cool off and drink. So in a captive management situation, you have got to intervene, and believe me, we've been doing this. We've been setting sprinklers and flooding things, but this drought has just been that severe to where there's nothing to top anything off. The water evaporates, the plants are sucking it up, and the animals are using it too. So we're gonna let these areas flood, let this run all day, and let these box turtles experience what they should be getting, which would be a nice subtropical thunderstorm, because New Jersey's summers are actually subtropical. Hibiscus leaves and flowers are favored by a lot of tortoises and other animals we keep here at Garden State Tortoise, and they're an excellent food item. So when you see us feeding things like the produce, the curly endive, dandelion, and other things, you gotta take into consideration that our animals are getting a diet like this 80% of the time. It's all about variation, a varied diet, and making sure your animals don't get bored, and that they don't get fixated on just one thing. Now let me show you just how crazy reptiles will go over these. Herbivorous reptiles, of course. Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming. Come on. Come on. There we are. Blue and Rocky, our beautiful rhinoceros iguanas. Blue is actually gravid right now, which means she's going to be having eggs very soon, as she does every year in the summer. I love these lizards so much. They're so tame. Come on, Rocky, come on up. I miss these guys so much while we were away. They're such a joy, so enthusiastic. And yes, hibiscus is one of their favorite food items, but it's also really, really good for them. Those plants come back bigger and stronger every single year, and we can feed the living heck out of our tortoises and our iguanas with it. And you know, sometimes going away for a long time like that, the best way to recoup from it is to just sit down and spend time with some of your favorite animals. This is Now I do want to let you guys know something really, really exciting. This October 4th, 5th, and 6th in Orlando, Florida is the 3rd annual Animal Con. And guess what? You, if you're coming, are going to have a chance to meet this amazing turtle. That's right, Otis is coming with Casey and I to Animal Con, so stay tuned to the Animal Con website, animalcon.com, where you can purchase tickets for the event now. But what you want to look out for is the announcement and sale of tickets to the meet and greet with Otis. There's going to be a limited number available, and we will be sure to blast all of our social media platforms with the news when it is ready to come out. And yes, you may just finally get to meet this incredible, incredible turtle. And let me tell you, he's going to do the same thing he's doing right now there. So stay tuned.